Ladies and gentlemen, what is up and welcome today to the 6-star Ebony Maw level up and gameplay video, where today we're going to desperately try and find any silver lining we can with this brand new champion. So we're going to have a little bit of fun today, man. I actually enjoyed the 4-star level up and gameplay video because Ebony Maw, I've said this, I quite like his base utility. I love his animations. He looks so cool. He's very, very fun to play as well, but he's just missing the damage and a little bit more utility and kind of functionality as well. So Ebony Maw, man, he's a fun time to play. I enjoyed the 4-star rank 3-1, but I'm interested to see how I find him at the 6-star rank 1 level once he's kind of fully powered up, and seeing if that makes a bit of a difference, because this Ebony Maw in comparison, I think it's going to have just over triple the attack in comparison to the 4-star version. So, you know, it might be a little bit spicy. It might be a little bit interesting. I'm certainly hoping so today. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into Story Quest. We're going to go into Act 5, Chapter 4, and we're going to go for the Morning Star one. And there's a Rage Path here, which I think is going to be quite good to go down today. Some good matchups, and we're going to be using exactly the same team synergy as last time. So you've got Triple X-Men, we've got what is it? Cyclops, Magneto, Wolverine, and also Cull Obsidian. So this gives us more crit, more attack, and also more crit damage as well. So there's a fair bit of damage boost across everything, and we're going to start the very first matchup here against Act 5 Black Bolt, should I say. So I think Black Bolt is going to be quite a good matchup for Ebony Maw. And then we have Hulk after as well. So I'm interested to see how these ones turn out for both of the champions today. But his Noodle Hands are a little bit more fierce on the 6-star version. So let's see if we can get a... Actually, I want to see if I can crit him again to activate a Fury and then kind of strip both of those off with a special one. However, also in today's video, in comparison to the first one as well, we do have the Mystic Dispersion Mastery. So that's a pretty cool time. And here, because he's faltering, I'm just going to go straight in, but that really didn't matter too much in that scenario. Right, come on, Noodle Hands. Let's get going, mate. Right, I think we'll use a special one here. So you can see he's very good for stripping the buffs off Black Bolt, man. Black Bolt is probably one of the most, the strongest Ebony Maw matchups. I probably could have gotten in, actually, because of Falter there, man. I need to pay a little bit more attention to that if I possibly can there. Let's try and finish off with a special 2. So there we go, man. Almost as, about the same hits as my 3-star Namor yesterday. So that was a great time. 59 hits for the class advantage. For a rank 4 champion with full team synergy there. Yeah, you know, it's I've seen better. I've seen better champions deal a little bit more damage, but now we have the Hulk matchup to deal with. So we've got some Furies here. We can strip these off. Hopefully that's going to be a pretty good time. But let's see how we handle this one, and let's try and fall through and miss and kind of take advantage of that mechanic a little bit more in this matchup, because we didn't really make the most of it in the last one. Right, there we go. He's faltering at the moment, so we can dodge that. So that was somewhat useful for the first part of Hulk's special there, so it was all right. Look at that. Oh, that fierce degeneration, man. 49 damage per tick. Shut the front door, boys. Shut the front door. Okay, I guess I didn't really need to dodge that one anyway, but you know, it's just force of habit at this point, really, lads. Right, let's see what we can do. And also, because we don't have him awakened, we are missing a very, very small amount of additional degeneration damage. However, when he's faltered, man, we're safe to kind of throw off the heavy attacks and get a cheeky bit of power still there. It was a pretty nice time. Alright, let's go for that, mate. Strip off a Fury. About to approach Falter as well, which is good. Let's charge up that. Nice little denial there. Look at that, boys. A 2.5k heavy attack. Oh, gosh. A little bit hot under the collar from that one. But there we go. 81 hits for the class disadvantage. Oh, guys, I can't see why anybody would have complaints about Ebony Maw, man. This champion is You know, he's great. If you want to play this game more, if you're one of those players that has used like a Ghost or a Corvus Glaive and everything is dying in like, you know, 10, 20 hits and you're just bored and you want to see some more combat, then Ebony Maw, I think, is definitely the champion for you. If you really just want to see, you know, a lot more combat, a lot more fighting, if you're an Ebony Maw player, you definitely have a lot more time in every single matchup to get better at the game. You know, there are just some very obvious pros now that I've played this champion a little bit more. I can really see what they were going for here, and it's yeah, they just want to allow people more time in these matchups to get a little bit better at playing the game. So that's a really fun time, isn't it, boys? Just some fantastic good intentions there. Right, so he's not going to be able to hit us there. We can go over for a heavy attack, get the cheeky little power steal as well. I'll also show you guys in Road to the Labyrinth a little bit later in this video some interesting scenarios with Ebony Maw's power control, man, because I actually do quite like his power control mechanics. They're not as desirable as other top tier champions, but they're still quite fun to play around with. And the reason we're hitting so hard at the moment is not because Ebony Maw has good damage, it's because of the breakthrough note and the scaling on that. That's why the damage went up so much toward the end of that one. Just in case you were confused, you were bamboozled for a second, then you actually saw some numbers that looked you know, looked all right for a 6-star champion at rank 1 with a full team synergy there. So just to set the record straight. Okay, I think, should we get... If we can get a good parry off, man, let's go for this. Oh, okay, we didn't quite get what we wanted there, but now we can nullify the special one, get that glorious degeneration there, almost 100 damage every single second with those ticks combined. So if that's not, you know, a pretty good damage, man, I don't know what is, man. I don't know what is. Right, let's go ahead and dodge special one there, approaching Falter as well. So we can just throw a heavy attack. There we go, let's throw that one again. I mean, the Falter's very fun, man, but you only have, again, 5 Falter phases before the opponent reaches Black Tongue, and then you don't Falter at all. So if the Falter was maybe a little bit more, man, that'd be a tremendously good time. And we just messed up a little bit there, got a little bit too confident with the Falter. However, because Ebony Maw is a 6-star champion, we can regenerate some health points back via the 6-star adrenaline mechanics. So look at that, boys. That was a bit of a heal there. Not too bad at all. Let's smack up this man with our noodle hands a little bit more. Look at that, 3,000 uppercut there with the assassin's booster attack. So, you know, that was okay. That was okay. Not too bad. Okay, let's go for some Gwenpool next. And right, there's nothing too special on this node, and then I think we want to maybe jump into Road to the Labyrinth after this matchup, just to have a bit of a look at Ebony Maw's power control. Because again, I actually do quite like some of his base utility, but this champion is just massively let down because it doesn't feel like his base utility is necessarily finished. And as you can see, the matchups are, you know, they're taking a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of time. Right, so a Falter in there. Let's fire that rock off just toward the end of Falter. It's definitely the most fun thing, is just kind of slapping in those heavy attacks here and there. Oh, look at that. How are we dealing so much more damage here? Don't know, man, but certainly not going to complain about that one. Wow, that was those noodle hands, man. I don't know where he pulled that damage out from, but it came from somewhere. I think actually we'll keep going. We'll do Howard the Duck as well, Black Panther and Howard the Duck here, because we might be onto something. Oh, I think because we're below 50% now, we get a little bit more damage, lads. So this is really the key, the secret ingredient needed to unlock my god tier Ebony Maw gameplay. So we're getting there, boys. We're getting there. Slapping those noodle hands about a little bit more. Get off hopefully quite a nice special 2 here, and then he's going to Falter very, very shortly after. I think we can actually go straight in. Oh no, okay, right, yeah, I messed up there, man, I messed up. Okay, well, the falter, it wasn't as long as I wanted it to be against Black Panther. You know, you win some, you lose some, but, you know, I think we've seen what Ebony Maw can do in some very basic matchups, but let's jump into a bit of Road to the Labyrinth of Legends, which is where this champion may, if he was ever going to shine, this may be a scenario where he might shine a little bit. So we're going to go into Chapter 4, round number 3. So Chapter 3 of Road to Labyrinth is particularly annoying just because all of the fights have Spite, which is just a really tricky power control node for a lot of characters to deal with. Magic is just absolutely phenomenal for so many of these fights and a lot of champions that can tank special 3s. However, I'm hoping with Ebony Maw's Power Steal and also his special 3, we're going to be able to keep some of the opponents under control here. So we've got an all or nothing Iron Patriot to start out with. So we're just looking to do heavies, man. Kind of steal all that power, get up to our special 3, and then drain all his power and steal even more of it. So he's quite fun for the power stealer, man. There we go, double rock to the face, lads. That's what we're talking about. Let's go for another heavy attack there. Fire off the special 3. So we've got the 12% damage bonus here. Let's also have a bit of a look at the 6-star special 3 damage, lads. Prepare to be amazed, I would imagine. Look at that, man. 4,400. Wow, look. Oh, what a number, mate. That is a number, definitely. It's not a high number, but it is a number, lads. It's definitely a number. So the utility alone from the special 3 is really nice, and I said that at the start of the video. I like some of Ebony Maw's utility, especially his ability to kind of play around with the opponent's power. I think it's quite nice, but I don't think it's a replacement or better than other champions such as, you know, Vision, Magic, Doc Ock's Power Lock when it comes to power gain scenarios as well, because all of those can be just absolutely insane. But I think it does have a time in its place for Ebony Maw's power control stuff. But only if this dude dealt a little bit more damage, man, because we are, you know, we've used a lot of heavy attacks in this fight, and heavy attacks deal, you know, a lot more base attack. But as you can see, Iron Patriot hasn't really gone down much at all so far in 66 hits. Still at 43%, and we do have close to the same amount of power index as him, man. We're not super far off. Right, let's chuck those needles in, slap that man back a little bit as well. Let's go for a heavy there. Could have maybe gone for one more heavy there as well. So Ebony Maw on his heavy will steal any power gain buffs and also 10% of the opponent's current power as well. So the more power the opponent has, the more this man has to steal. Right, so I think we've got his overload phase at the moment, so I just want to use my special 3 to kind of fully drain that, so we don't need to worry about that, because, you know, Iron Patriot gains a bit of a burst of power there. And there we go. Let's chuck some needles in this man, chuck him back against the wall, burn out. There we go, boys. Bit more damage here. Let's go for a finish, special 2, and it was a lot of hits. It was a lot of hits. So yeah, but the power control, it worked, it was effective, it was a really nice time. So there's that as well, ladies and gentlemen. There is that as well. So he got the fight done. Granted, it was a little bit slow by comparative standards. So let's nuke into Drax a little bit here and see if we can have a good time. I know this Drax does have True Strike, but I don't think you can True Strike through Falter, so we should be alright, fingers crossed. Right, he's got a bit of power flood there. We just need to be very aware of the strike back node as well. But I think if we follow maybe a similar tactic, I don't know, we could maybe go for a bit of a cheeky special 2. Right, he's going to falter now so we can steal some power. There we go, boys. Special 2, just get some damage off there, really. It's not doing too bad in this one, but then again, we do have the class advantage here. Let's go. Ping, ping. That's what I'm talking about, lads. Proper good time there. Proper good time. Right, come on, Drax. Let's go for a special 2, mate. And then we might have enough time, especially with the extended duration, to go straight in with a heavy. It's See, this playstyle, man, it's quite fun. It is quite fun. But you just want the damage, man. You just want a little bit more damage. So yeah, that was a good matchup, man. I actually really enjoyed that one. That was a tremendous amount of fun. And then we've got Moon Knight coming up next. So Moon Knight is a little bit more annoying just because of the bloomin' enhanced special one, though. This node is a pain in the ass for Moon Knight, man. And then if we can get this bloomin' Moon Knight down, we might be able to go to the Doctor Strange matchup. And I'm not really too sure if that's one's going to work too well, because Doctor Strange is a stun immune champion. You can see how this Moon Knight is a little bit annoying with the Power Flood node and the unblockable special one as well. So we want to get into the SB2 if we can. Cheeky little double steal there. Ping, ping, ping. Let's throw some rocks at this man. Can I hit him with a rock? There we go. Fantastic. I love his animations so much. I really just wish he was just double the champion he is, man. That would be so good for like damage output. Because I don't mind his utility at all, and he's got some advantages with the majority of his contacts as well, not being the majority of his attacks not making contact with the opponent. Oh, okay, we did mess up a little bit there, but we have a good chance to get it back now with Adrenaline. So let's chuck this one in. Ping, ping, ping. Chuck some rocks at this man. And there we go. It's a tense matchup, lads. It's a very tense matchup. But without that class advantage, those noodle hands, man, are back. They're back in full force. And also, when he's not awakened, we can't detonate the deterioration stacks as well. So there's like a little bit more damage if you can do that, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot at all. So, you know, it's nothing that's going to be overly game-changing there, but there we go. Nice little special to finish off that matchup. 92 hits again. The Ebony Noodle certainly does strike again in that particular matchup. But let's see if we can finish on a fairly iconic matchup here. We've got All or Nothing, Stun Immune Spite, Doctor Strange. Is this one gonna... I don't know if this one's gonna work, man. We might get absolutely nuked by a special 3, but we're gonna have maybe an opportunity when he falters to throw heavy attacks. If we can get him backed into the corner, we're gonna play fairly aggressively here. There we go. Steal some power as well. See if we can do 4 combos. Falter, let's go. Chuck some more rocks at this wizard. Right, let's get stealing that power, lads. This looks familiar, man. Definitely a little bit iconic there. Okay, however, we have just given him Power Flood because of the power gain there. However, he did nullify that, so that's not too bad. Come on, magic rocks. Let's do this. Steal some more power. So we are getting a little bit whenever his buffs do expire as well, which is a pretty nice time. Although we are soon to be out. Right, cheeky little 5 combo there. Special 3. We don't have many falters left. So, those heavy attacks, man, they're going to be a little bit difficult to land. But come on, Ebony Maw, we've got this. This is an iconic matchup right here, lads. Very iconic. Let's see what we can do. Let's go. Okay, come on, mate. We're in Assassin's Range. Let's see that Assassin's Range Special 3. Come on, Ebony Maw. Don't let me down. Can you get it up to 7,000 damage? Might be able to, lads. Might be able to. Not quite. Not quite, boys. So close, though. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Ebony Maw is the best champion in the game. He won the Doctor Strange matchup. So, I do like his power control. His power control is a little bit fun to play around with, but I just wish this champion had a little bit kind of revamped utility. I'd like to see kind of more ways to gain Falter past 100 Black Tongue. I want to see the persistent charges revamped with his awakened ability as well, and also just a proper revamped kind of the damage and play style and the way that you kind of defeat your opponent and, you know, really dish out those numbers on Ebony Maw. So yeah, I don't know, man. Again, I said this in the 4-star video. It's like they got halfway through making the champion and then just gave up. So I really like Ebony Maw's animations. He's got some crazy good potential, but he has been dealt a massive injustice in this game. So yeah, I had a fun time today though, man. I had a bit of a fun time. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy today's 6-star Ebony Maw level up and gameplay video, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.